Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Tyler.
Happy Monday to you.
So we were chatting a little bit here before the live stream. Some massive market moves
Yeah.
during Asia and New York, depending on what you traded, but most everything ran one direction or the other.
Yeah, gold. I'm looking at the gold chart. Absolutely ripper overnight. The indexes originally got a gap down to open, but then really quickly saw a strong bounce and then have just basically seen buying pressure all night ever since. And we've just moved higher. But it's still a very interesting. I'm not convinced that we just continue to move higher all day today. The daily chart on NQ is we had was in an interesting spot. I mean, that does look like a pretty strong daily bar currently, but we had a pretty nice rejection on Friday, and I was kind of thinking today that I was going to be coming in the day a little short biased, looking for shorts under Friday's low, but we have rallied almost all the way back up to Friday's New York opening print here, or the opening print. So I don't know. It's interesting. Will we continue this overnight strength as New York opens here? Or do we sell it back off again? I think either is valid and on the table. Watching live from Kenya. Philibus, what's up, man? If you were here on Friday, you watched me get a little bit tilty. I ended up hitting my daily loss limit. So I lost $1,000 on Friday. I was able to catch some longs overnight. If I zoom out a little bit here, you can see this is where my average entry is now. But I actually got in a lot earlier. We had this is on the 5-minute chart on NQ. We had this big gap down. So this is where our close was on Friday. We had this big gap down, and then we started to bounce right off this level here. So I took a kind of an aggressive entry. My original entry was at like 21,470s, so somewhere in here. And then I've added to it and taken some trims on this. So I've realized $633. I'm floating $890 right now. So as things stands right now, I was able to erase that daily loss limit from Friday, which is nice. And it definitely has me thinking a little bit more size down coming into today and protecting these profits. I wanted to actually take one more trim, but ended up missing it by a few points. So I'm probably just going to take this stop here and be down to one runner. We'll see. We have 5 minutes to open. What are expectations for CPI in the futures? Yeah, I think it just obviously I don't know how the inflation data is going to come in. I think if inflation comes in as cooler than expected, inflation's not as bad as they expected, I think there's a chance. I think we would rally. I think the market has shown that it is bullish on rate cuts. So when there's been news where rate cuts are more likely or more frequent, the market has seemed to reacted pretty bullish. And when we've gotten news that rate cuts are potentially off the table or slowing down, the market has gotten pretty bearish. So obviously, I have no idea how that CPI data is actually going to come in, if it's going to come in as expected, if it's going to come in hotter than expected, if it's going to come in cooler than expected. I think that's what really matters, how the market reacts. But I think I think bullish if it comes in better than expected, and I think bearish if it comes in worse than expected.
Yeah,
Well,
I think something to take into consideration is the president here in the U.S. With the tariff threat on neighboring countries, Canada and Mexico. You know, and all postponed at the last minute now. So
yeah.
you know, that could definitely have some sort of overshadowing effect on CPI, and you know, CPI could definitely underpin the dollar. So you know, and also tomorrow, is it tomorrow? Blah 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 blah. The Powell,
He
federal
speaks
chair,
tomorrow? He speaks before CPI?
testifies. He
Oh,
testifies.
okay.
So, yeah. So what's going to happen is, and I think you know, we'll repeat this later when we get more viewers on the stream as we go forward right now in the session. But you know, so he's the head of the central bank, right? So basically, so controlling short-term interest rates, and you know, everybody's going to scrutinize anything this person says. So the testimony is going to come in two parts. Basically sorry, you're the first person I've spoken out loud to today, so
No, you're good.
words in my mouth are having trouble. He's going to read a prepared statement, okay? And then the
Okay.
committee will hold a question and answer session. And
Yeah.
since the questions are not known beforehand, they can make for some unscripted moments that can really lead to volatility in the market. So, and that is tomorrow, right?
Okay. Okay. So that's interesting to know. Whenever Jerome Powell speaks, the market tends to listen.
Yeah.
So Scrooge,
so
yeah, to answer your question, right? I was in a bit of I was pretty bummed, right? Because I had some really good days on this funded futures account. And luckily I had hit a profit where my drawdown was no longer trailing, because with my daily loss limit, I actually only had about $500 left of drawdown to play with. So I was like, man, if I can catch catch a winner, even just a few $100s before stream, to give myself a little bit of cushion to work with during the stream, like that would be great. But the market just looked really strong to me. So I locked some profits, and then at that point, my stops have been in profit ever since.
Cool.
And so it was like, okay, I locked in a few $100 profit, which I'm happy with. That means at least as long as I don't let this trade turn red on me, I'm at least going into tomorrow's stream with a little bit more cushion. So I just decided to hold some runners. And then as the market continued to look strong, and I had such a good original entry, like my original entry at this point is like 350 points ago. So my average on my entry is so good. So I was like, I can really add into this trade a little bit without adding any risk to my overall drawdown. And so at this point, I've realized $633 worth of profit. You can see I have two stops in place under this current low. That's like, if it stops me out, it'll be $540 worth of profit. Market's open there, which still puts me at $1,100 profit on the day. And I still have a runner down here that's about $160 if I get stopped on it. And I don't like to limit my upside potential. So I'm basically just protecting my downside. I've made back the 1,000, and we'll see if we can make a little bit more. I definitely don't want to get too greedy about it here. But my stops are in a place where even if I do get stopped, I have made what I lost on Friday and then some. So we'll see. I have an upper level on NQ all the way up at 21,886. I don't know if we get all the way up there today or not. I mean, it's really it's only about another 100 points from where we opened. So we definitely could, but we'll see. We'll see. I think the market will digest this gap up probably at first. I will look to trim one of these here if we get a pop over pre-market highs. just to lock a little bit more gains, and then I'll play with the 2 runners and see what we can do. But hopefully that answers your question, Scrooge, as to why I didn't just take my profits whenever I made 1,000. Yeah, and I mean, another way to look at that too is, right, is when I'm trading, I'm trying to, I'm trying to make money, and I'm trying to make as much money as I can. So if I just decide, okay, I'm done whenever I made back my loss, well, at that point, I'm just back to break even, right? So, I mean, there's a balance to that where you don't want to be greedy. But also at the same time, if I just protect my downside, I don't want to limit my upside either. So that's the plan right now. I would love to see it pop over these pre-market highs before we sweep this low, but that current upper wick doesn't look ideal for that. Looking like I'll probably get my stop taken out here.
Yeah, I hit my stop while you were talking there.
Yeah.
I just gave back my profits that I made about 30 minutes ago. Give it back on a failed retest.
Yes, Scrooge. This is I passed the first challenge that I took. And so this is a funded account that I'm currently trading. So you can see so I just, when my stop got hit there, my realized profit on today is now $1,171. And then I have one runner that I still have a stop lower. It's still floating about $300 worth of profit. I have the stop at $163 worth of profit. So even if I get stopped on that, I'll end up at like $1,300 on the day. But yeah, this is a funded futures account. So I think as long as I hold on to this green day, I think I'll need one more green day where I can take a payout. I don't have a huge balance, right? Because I've had a couple bigger losing days too. So I'm only up $1,600 in the account overall. We'll see what today ends up like. But I would be eligible for a payout if I obviously am making sure I end today green, and then I get one more green day. Will give me my 5th green day, I believe, of $200 or more.
So did you happen to find out yet if you were the first person to have passed to futures with FunderPro?
I don't know. I don't necessarily think. I know there's people that have gotten payouts already.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely not the first one to get a payout.
No.
But I mean, definitely one of the first. That's for sure.
Hey, we're the ones on the stream, so we're gonna say you were the first.
Yeah, I was definitely the first one doing it live, as far as I know. That's for sure.
Yeah. He was the first one here.
I have ES has a level about another point below.
Gold hit an all-time high about 1.5 hours ago. Keeps pushing up, record highs. 29.11 is about the current all-time high on gold.
Yeah, gold is
right now.
no chill, man. No chill for gold.
I think it went up 400 plus pips overnight. Just skyrocketed. It's reacting pretty strong to anything the U.S. president says lately. Right now, gold is in a classic zone beneath the all-time high, consolidating in that zone.
Interesting index action right now.
Yeah.
NQ holding up, the other 3 selling off. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Oh, no, you're not interrupting anything. I'm just thinking out loud, so if anyone's actually paying attention to me. Oh, Scrooge is asking what I get my profits back on. I will flip to my screen in a little bit, but I
Here,
shorted.
I can show it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we on my screen.
Yeah.
So what happened was, so gold hit this all-time high. I waited until it came down, if you're following my mouse here, and it did a retest. It did a retest right about here. So before that candle actually shut down, I wanted a good price on it. It was getting close to close. 5-minute candle. Shorted it about right in this area here. And I rode that down to about right there. So picked up about 1% on the account. And so what I did was I partialed out. Then I got completely out as it was rising. What I tried to do is catch this bounce one more time. That did not work for me. So I wanted this guy to go down. And he backfired on me so quick. So it was interesting because my profits were approximately here, and my give back was approximately there. So no big deal. It was my only profits of the day and my only loss of the day. So I'm literally at a break even. So, and it's just the beginning of New York. So rock and roll. Oh, but interesting thing. So, gold did this huge climb, right? During Asia and London.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the action that we had last Friday. So what I did was I flipped on my volume profile, and that gave me, at the time, volume profile was heavy right here. So I drew up that. So volume profile, yeah, right where it's at now. And that's where I got my zone from. So sometimes, if anyone's watching, this is how I draw my zones. That's the point of concern right now on the volume profile. That's an automated white line. So I just come in sometimes and I create a zone like that, right at the same size of that bar. And that gives me a zone. And then there's your consolidation going on. And an interesting thing is, look at that. I retested this bounce off that zone. At the same time, it was pushing through this uptrend line. So always the most basic stuff is what works best for me.
I like it.
That's just pure zoning and catching the trend. But this volume profile comes in very handy. I don't usually keep it up on my screen. I have it on some other screens of mine here, but it's distracting sometimes.
I tried an ES long. I'm still holding the one MNQ runner. I tried an MES long here.
I'm about to do a gold long if this 5-minute candle can hold. Which it looks like it might. I think okay, now I'm going to buy in now.
Put about $200 worth of risk on personally.
Let's see if gold comes back down. I bought it too high. Damn. All right. I bought gold a little bit high for my taste. Okay, so if gold comes down, I'll actually add to my order for a long. I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm getting getting out of this order. Yeah, I'm getting out of that. Even if it goes up, I don't care. I accidentally bought gold just then because I was, and see, Tyler, like we talked about, we're doing this live.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as I was done with my little profit loss speech, you know, gold was hitting my setup, but I was just a little bit early on that, and there it goes down now. So I was a little early on that hit to purchase it. But
Yeah, it's definitely a balancing act.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it all.
I mean, gosh, the candlesticks right now can be ranging on gold. What sometimes would be a whole good profit. It's doing it in one candlestick right now on a 5-minute chart. So have to be careful. Damn if this thing goes straight up and I missed it, but oh well. You know.
I just wicked up quick. Yeah, not getting the greatest reaction so far, but NQ holding the opening print pretty well. Nice bounce so far. I was hoping it was gonna kind of bring ES with it. YM and RTY are both weak out of the gate. NQ definitely showing the most strength so far. YM giving up its entire gap up almost. Not quite, but it's getting pretty ugly.
Gold is actually a huge consolidation place right now.
Just to show you guys what I got going on. So this is my the upper chart is my entry on MES. I have about $200 worth of risk on that, and then the lower entry is the MNQ trade. I'd like ES to start flipping into some strength with NQ here, and I think if that's the case, I have a ES level at 60.7425. If we can get back over that level and over the opening print, get about 20 or 30 points of room up above. NQ just swept its pre-market highs. Bummer, it stopped me out on those other two contracts, but that's all good. NQ's been good to me today. I'm not going to complain.
Is Delta One asking us when we start the stream each day?
Let's see, when do you guys go live? Yeah, we go live at 15 minutes before New York Open. For me, it's 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Obviously, it depends on your time zone, but we essentially we went live about half an hour ago. I think we were like 5 minutes late today, but all right. So nice push by NQ here. ES, I'm starting to like the look of that 5-minute better. See if it can get back up to its opening print here.
Okay, let's try this again. Man, my buy didn't go through. Did it? No. Gosh. What the heck? Okay, we're gonna do it now. Now. Come on. Just one lot. One lot.
My ES entry is 60. It's like right where we are right now. I'm break even basically 60, 72, 42. And I have my first trim right around the opening print at 60, 80. So about a 1-to-1 if we can get this trim here. But we got about another 30 points up above that I'll try to hold some runners for.
Gold is wicking too quick on me today. I can't get my orders in where I want them. Maybe I should use a limit order to get it. Oh, come on, gold. There you go. There you go, gold. Good gold. Good gold. Gold's doing good for me on Forex, but not for futures. I hate it when they don't hand in hand.
Yeah, NQ getting a decent pullback here. I don't have the ES level marked up, but it is. $74.25. So this is our ES level, which we're currently getting a little rejection from. See if we can get it to break. Inaruda, hi. Another 2-minute rejection of the level. Don't like that. If we look at this on a 2-minute, you can see we've rejected twice here now. And Q is traded back into its opening print. Nice hold so far of the opening print. This yellow line, our opening print. Matter of fact, I'm going to add one into my MNQ position here. I'm still just at 2 contracts. There you go. Not what I wanted to see. YMRTY starting to see a little bit of buying, but not loving ES and Q reaction right now.
You'll figure it out. For those tuning in now, Tyler's up $9 million in his 50K account.
I wish. Wouldn't that be nice? That would be pretty nice if that was the case.
Not nice cushion there.
Yeah, I'd be going with a little bit more size on the table right now if I was up 9 milli.
Yeah.
I'd be trading the minis, not the micros. I'm considering taking an X. I'm torn. I'm really torn, to be honest with you. I'm getting some signs that are make me think either way. Back over the opening print one more time. All right. So I'm giving MNQ my last ad right there. So I'm in with 3 MNQ. My average entry is at 21,717. I'm going to put my stop in profits kind of below the intraday low. So if I get stopped on NQ, I'll still make 80 bucks. And I have $200 worth of risk on the ES trade. And I'm currently up $1,170 on the day.
1,000?
I'm up 1,170, yes.
50K?
On the 50K account, yeah.
So you're over 2%.
Yeah. We're having a solid day here. We'll see. We'll see if the market can. I think it'd be awesome if the market can give me a little bit of strength here. If we could end the day at like 2K, would be great. But we'll see.
Whoa.
We'll see.
That would be on a 50K. Gold's pumping. Will it get an all-time high one more time today? I don't know. I am long on it right now.
It looks like it's heading for it. That's for sure.
We shall see.
Thinking about entering some meta swing options too.
I missed my gold long by a decent amount. Almost 15 pips in gold. So I didn't quite go in where I wanted to go. I keep it's moving so quickly at my entry points that my literally clicking it is not working for me today. It reminds me of sometimes it's better to set your limit orders so that you can lock in where you want it. But I hope it continues.
All right, now if we could just keep. I'm digging how we're looking. If we could keep Trump away from his Twitter account. Another little rejection off the ES level. See if it can break this time. If I'm able to get the trim on ES, I probably will go to break even on the runners. Yeah, Ashton made back. Yeah, we made back the Friday daily loss limit, which is good. Even if I get stopped on everything here, I should be right around that. So we're happy with that for sure. I was able to take advantage of the the market gap down and sold right in one of my levels and started bouncing, and I decided to give a small long position with 2 micros, and I've added into it and taken some profits throughout the night. I've definitely played it defensively, but it was a pretty easy move to hold with the entry I got because it was so good and the market moved so strong. The market wants to hold this gap up and continue strength. I mean, there's some pretty good meat on the bone on both of these names. ES about 30 points, NQ about another 100 points. We'll see. We'll see if she wants to hold this gap up or not. We opened basically smack dab in the middle of Friday's bar, so I do think either way is on the table.
Thank you, Ashton. What did I do to deserve a congrats? I do so much.
He just saw how handsome you were looking today.
Well, thank you, everybody. Hey, I did good. I was gonna say baggy eyes, sleepy, have some allergies last night and today, but I would look worse if I had susceptible myself to hard liquor during the Super Bowl. I just stuck to beer.
With the brewskis. I drank a little bit of Stella Artois.
Oh yeah, Ashton, I'm an Eagles fan. Thank you.
Yeah, congrats on the Dubs. All right, ES above the level here. Let's see if she can hold. Get back to the opening print.
Wait, did you call them the Doves?
The Dubs.
Did you say that?
Me?
Did you say did you call the Eagles the Doves?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't.
Oh, okay. I just heard you.
After that ass whooping they put on the Chiefs, you can't be talking smack like that. Well, I think the city of Philadelphia is burning down right now. That's classic Philly for you. Your team wins the championship and you burn the city down.
You ever add vodka to your beer? I did that last night briefly.
Brian, did you not just say you avoided hard liquor?
Well, yeah, I didn't drink it straight. No, I put a shot in one of my beers. It ends up making it taste like beer with vodka.
I bet it does. That's funny. Have you ever watched The Wire on HBO?
No, I know of it, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, there's one season where all the dock workers always go to this one bar before they go work at the bar or work at the dock. And Dolores is the bartender, and they all walk in, and it's always the same thing: shot in a beer, Dolores. Just made me think of it the way you described it.
I might have gotten it from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the show.
Oh, there you go.
They put a monkey as the bartender and then was mixing liquor into beer, and then they thought, wow, this is great. And when they passed out and woke up, the monkey took all the money and left the bar. The classic episode with Charlie Day and
that's funny.
Danny DeVito.
That show's so funny.
Yeah. I was surprised on Friday you regurgitated a quote from Seinfeld.
Oh yeah, my parents used to watch Seinfeld all the time when I was young, and so we always watched it when we were young.
Oh,
and
yeah, I've seen every episode 50 times probably.
Yeah, we got them all. We got the whole series on DVD, and so we'd always watch them. Back in the day, you had the DVD players inside of your cars when I was younger. You'd have a
Portable.
little drop-down TV
Yeah.
there when your parents were driving, and we used to watch Seinfeld like everywhere we went. All right, I like this. Get back to the opening print here, ES. Couple more points from the trim, but that looks good. We're looking good. Up 180 bucks on ES right now. Up 560 on NQ. All right, give me. I'm about to just close this manually because it's being a dick for a tick right now. Don't do it. Trim me, baby. Don't you do it. I've been running into this problem. My trim's just been getting missed. Oh, you don't. Don't. Take. Just fill me.
Dang.
Yes. Don't. Just fill me. All right, I'm selling 2 market. All right, we took a trim. I just sold 2 market. I canceled the limit order and sold 2 market.
Good.
So we realized 60 bucks there. Just this. Moving this stuff up.
Ashton likes or used to do Corona with lemon vodka, but doesn't remember the name. You know, that's easy to not remember the name when you're mixing lemon vodka with beer.
Well, I'm glad I took the market sell because we never popped that candle's high, so my limit order wouldn't have gotten filled. I think we do still get there, but do another trim. I don't know. I'm gonna see what it gives us here. Well, man, a cruise just sounds all right. So we got the pop above. I would have got the limit order sale. We got the ES back to its opening print. That was target numero uno. Next target would
Ashton, I'm long on gold right now.
next target would be the current overnight high on ES. Another 5, but another 6 points, 6, 7 points. RTY and YM seeing some buying. We're looking solid here. Did anybody take the ES trade with me? There was definitely opportunity for entry. At this point, I only have I have $100 worth of risk on the 4 contracts left on ES, and I've my trims netted me $60. So even if I take the $100 loss, this trade would then, or the $100 stop, this trade would end up being a $40 loser. So I mean, really minimal. I mean, that's almost break even at that point, in my opinion. And I'm not going to stress about 40 bucks. So I'm going to leave my stop underneath the intraday low instead of moving it to break even. I'm going to try to hold these. I'm going to see if we can try to hold these and go tag some of those upper targets. Still aiming for about another. Oh my goodness. Did we have news? What is happening? That was a pop on ES. What in the world? I was just too zoomed in. I thought we launched. I was like, what in the world? But that's a nice break high. We just we swept the pre-market highs. We're looking pretty good. Up $700 on the NQ position, up 260 on the ES position. Let's not fail that pop. Let's keep going, baby. All right. All in all here, we're up a little over, if I would go flat right now, we're up a little over 2K on the day. The market's not giving me a reason to close yet. I was considering taking another trim because we swept the pre-market high. But everything's looking strong. I'm not going to rush into it quite yet. See if we can get a little bit more before trim. Your gold long looks like it's probably working out currently, Brian. We're coming into the almost back to the opening print on futures for gold.
Yeah. My 50K futures for gold today, I am realized P&L at 205 positive and 300 equity.
Good stuff.
If I were to just get out right now.
Yeah.
300 for the day on a 50K. I like that. That's a nice average, especially when all these rules are always $200.
Yeah.
So get your 200 and get out.
yeah. That's you're not wrong.
But yeah, on the Forex, which is the one I'm sharing, FunderPro, my Forex trade is, I tried to catch a bounce again. I caught it late. But hey, so it might go back up and test the all-time high that it set 2 hours ago. It might break through it. I'm just going to play it based on its volume, momentum.
Looks good. Every market showing some good strength all around right now. YM getting a pretty good bounce. Yeah, someone make sure Trump stays off of Twitter for at least the next hour.
Yeah. He announced he's doing away with the penny, which I'm for that. It costs approximately $3.69 to manufacture 1 penny.
That's nuts.
Last year, the U.S. lost something like 50 million or $50 billion. I'm going to go with about 50 million. I think that's what it was that I saw in the report today. But they lost about that much money manufacturing pennies last year because of the cost. Yeah, the juice isn't worth the squeeze, boys.
No, it sure isn't.
So, yeah, if that's going to save us in taxes here in the U.S., you get rid of it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's stressing too hard about the penny.
Where I was headed with that was some humor. Maybe that's why everybody's going into gold right now. Oh my gosh, the penny's gonna go away. Let's go.
Yeah, they're selling
safe haven gold right now. But you know, it's funny though. Little things can spur the market. So who knows? Maybe it was the information on the penny. I think it's more about the delay in the tariffs is what's causing the current rise of gold. I think major investors are scared. It's going up too strong the last 12 hours for this to be retail traders pushing it.
Yeah, for sure. It's been pumping, yeah.
Yeah.
I set a trim, one more trim on ES at 60.93.50. Once I take that trim, I'll try to hold the rest to see if we can get up to 61.10.
Yeah, Ashton, I don't know who uses pennies, but check this out. I do keep a lucky penny right here on my trading desk. That's my lucky penny. I actually have a lucky penny. I'm that weird. Oh, gold. I'm going to play a good song if it hits that all-time high.
I like it. I like it.
I think I can equate my futures account. If it were to get about to 29.38 in futures gold, that would put me at about 70% complete on my futures eval.
Ben, I don't know if you were talking to me or Brian. Brian is in gold longs. I'm in longs on both micro MES futures and micro NQ futures. So the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ futures is what I'm long on. Brian's long on gold, Forex, maybe a little futures too. I'm trading the futures market right now. I think Brian has a Forex position on. Do you still have a futures position on, Brian, or no?
Yeah, I have a gold position on Forex and futures right now.
I just am trading futures right now.
Okay, gold, come on.
Oh, here, I'll here.
Push. Push it, gold. Come on.
Brian, I listened to that song in the car with my wife and kids this weekend. I was like, oh, you know what song we've been listening to in the stream? We got to put it on and jam.
Yeah, I did too.
That's funny.
I turned it on the home system Friday night and blared it just full blast.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, Ashton, I don't know. Good. Might depend on when you went into the long. If it was after me, Tyler can shift to my screen for just. Oh, you did, Tyler.
Your
Sorry, I
screen's
didn't even
on.
notice
Yeah,
that.
your screen's on, Brian.
Okay. So yeah, for Forex, I went in around 29.06. I wanted to catch it actually closer to 29.04, but or at least 29.05. So I feel like I don't know. So because I caught it a little late, it's making me do a looser stop loss. My stop will be the same as it would have been, regardless. My stop is actually going to be at that white line, but not now. I guess I need to elevate it. I don't even have I'm playing amateur hour here. I don't even have a stop loss set yet because I'm doing it mentally.
There's just too much going on.
Well, I mean, I'm watching it. You know, what I call it is
Yeah.
I'm in control of my trade. My hand's on the keyboard. I'm in control. I'm watching the chart.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I would not even go to the restroom right now or sneeze without a stop loss here.
Yeah. We got I don't know if it was on we were still streaming or not. I think we were still streaming actually. Where the market had the 10 a.m. dump and then it was getting like a nice rally. And I think it was a Trump tweet around like 11 something that like dumped the market again. I saw somebody post rest in peace to all the mental stop loss traders. And I thought that was kind of funny just because like you can get hit with a bigger loss than you expect sometimes, which is crazy volatile candles out of nowhere, especially in a Trump market.
But again, part of thoroughly managing your trade hands-on the keyboard, be aware of the news, be aware of all sorts of folders, right?
Sure.
Be aware the day of the week,
the
time of the day, the session.
I know sometimes you just put in that protective stop too, which is like wider than you actually want it to be, but in case we get one of those weird big news spike downs or whatever it is.
Exactly. Speaking of which, I'm going to close out of part of that trade. Go ahead. I partialed out 50% just now. So in case it doesn't make it up.
Nice.
And by the way, that the uptrend that gold did during the Asia early London session was very it was a trend without any momentum. Like there was no real heavy volume in it. The heaviest part of the volume on the volume profile came down in the beginning of Asia. And
that's interesting.
yeah, it really didn't peak until it was consolidating. So just a lot of buyers came. I mean, the buyers were pushing it up. Obviously, it wouldn't have gone up, but it was just light, light trade. But again, gold. That's why I like gold. It pushes during other markets. You don't have to rely on just New York. You can trade
Yeah.
gold, especially if you have limited hours as a trader. If you're a parent or have a full-time job, I think gold is a nice thing to swing trade. I know one of my mentors, Ishmael. Last time I spoke to him, he was converting to a swing trader.
Okay.
He solely trades gold and GJ, but he wanted to go into swinging. Yeah, I think gold it reacts when you need it to react. It can be volatile. If you're trading Forex, gold has a tight spread. FunderPro gives it a tight spread with its broker. It's a really good instrument to trade with FunderPro. Whenever I do attend an AMA and listen in, I notice there are a lot of traders that seem to say they trade gold.
Yeah, I think it's the most popular traded asset.
Yeah, certainly the lowest spread, it seems like. I used to trade Euro USD like a religion, and it would just eat me up with fees. I quit doing that. I haven't traded Euro in probably 9 months. But I also appreciate how trading gold does not always respond heavily to the British news. It stays kind of relaxed to me. All right, I'm glad I left something in gold. Let's push it.
Yeah, my ES90Q trades have kind of they're moving a little sideways here in the 2-minute chart, which I'm okay with. I'd like to see. I'm gonna basically a pop to new highs on both. I'll take another trim on both.
And something else about my current trade, I am not. Let me erase this. I'm not trend trading at the moment. I'm zone trading. I'm key level trading. I could do a continuation of this thing. It does kind of make sense. It did come back to an uptrend. Okay, gold. I know Tyler's favorite part of the song is right at 45 seconds. Well, yeah, gold's touching all-time high.
Let's go.
What will it do?
Catching dubs today, baby. It's dub season. Bang, bang, baby. All we do is win, 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 no matter what.
Come on. Gold just needs Trump to get behind a microphone for 3 seconds and say, I hate something or I love something. Just say
I don't know.
Say it.
When he gets on a microphone, he tends to send it the other way for me. I don't know if I want it. I don't know if I want that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
I just want to rally. I want to pop that. I want to get up to 29.14 and one candle and just pop out of the market. Done.
Yeah, I'm looking to lock some more gains here. I'd like to see pops to new highs. I'll lock a little bit more.
Let's see. I'm already up 40 pips. That's pretty decent. I don't know what I want to do.
Yeah, I'm a little torn too. RTY back at its lows. NQ strength is good. YM starting to fade a little.
Yeah, I think Ashton 29.13 is logical. It could. I'm never biased. I just listen to the rhythm of my heart.
All right. Yes, breaking down from its little 2-minute range here.
Hold on, go.
I'm gonna see how we react, but my finger is also on the trigger to just go flat on the day.
You did a good walkthrough of FunderPro Futures platform on the AMA. I didn't attend it live, but I did skim some of the highlights, just kind of through that. Y'all were on for about 47 minutes, I think, and I watched a little bit of it. You did a good job. I think you covered a lot.
Thanks.
Took questions. Yeah, I hope everybody was listening that day, because you really, I would have benefited from watching that a few weeks ago. You know, if you had known all that. But that was through practice and trial and error and learning the system. I think you were providing feedback probably to the guys.
Yeah, so if you haven't checked that out yet, the AMA stream, it's on YouTube. You can check it out.
Yeah, it's a good tutorial.
NQ just gave us a pop to new highs. ES had a good reaction after we swept these lows. We haven't gotten back to new highs quite yet. I'm looking, I think I'm probably just going to take a market sell trim here on NQ. See if we go a little higher. We're almost to the 886 level. I think we probably get there. So 20 points away.
If I flatten out right now in futures, I'll be up 360 on the 50K. I hate exiting trades based on dollar amount. I'd rather exit based on strategy.
Agreed.
You know, I mean, don't want to lose all that profit though. Well, I've already realized 291 of that amount. What I'm floating right now is currently at $63. I only have one contract running right now on a micro gold. One contract on micro is little.
Yeah, for sure. Give me like
what's it gonna do?
10 more points and I'll take it.
I think gold's gonna pop. I think it's gonna pop up. I don't know. I have little technical analysis things that I do that have that nice 70 percentile correctness range. Wow. No, I don't think gold's doing a fake out. I think it's more like it's either going to bounce off the all-time high, Ashton, or it's going to go through it. I think it's just doing its normal thing. But you know, Tyler, gold is doing right now. It's a double candle rejection off the all-time high. I would want it to reject a few times before I shorted it. It does have a nice short setting up for sure. What I've been doing this lately on a lot of our live streams where I catch it on this reversal.
Yeah,
And,
you've caught the top a couple times now. When I saw we got new all-time highs today, I almost opened the stream by saying, "So you gonna snipe the top again today, or are you gonna ride the strength?"
so one of the things I do, I don't know if it's set up here, is let's see, I'd rather that be yellow. Is this, show that. So I'll take that, that's a 10 EMA right there. And I'll use that sometimes as a gauge once I'm in a trade, just to watch the personality of the candlestick. If it starts to push into that below that 10 EMA, if it pushes into what I would consider sort of a zone, I would just profit out, trying to catch it. But it could still go higher. But on another screen, I'm kind of watching that particular EMA. I don't use any EMA to enter a trade with. I just use it to help me gauge if the instrument's maybe tired out. And I usually only use it if I've been on a long trend, 10 candlesticks, 20 candlesticks on a 5-minute chart. Right now, I've been in this trade only 5 or 6 candlesticks, so I wouldn't really trust that EMA at the moment. But it's something I'm noticing. I'll leave it there. I don't care. Something I'm being observant to is it coming into its space. And as a matter of fact, I usually do on some other screens right now. I'm wondering if I have it over here, but I'll use the 20, and I usually make it white. Oh, I gotta show it. I'm doing this in case there's any new traders out there that watch this stream or anything, or in a recorded video later. So sometimes my exit will be, I'm looking at between the white and the yellow. It's almost like an exit zone at times. And if that candlestick were to dip too far into that, I might just jump out, profit out, be done. Moving averages are laggers, but they can still gauge you on kind of help you stay focused on the assets personality. And this is what's interesting right now with gold. So I have this key level zone drawn out here, and I have an uptrend where it tested it, came back, broke above it again. It's bouncing off underneath an all-time high. It's coming in between the 20 and the 10 EMAs, back down to possibly the uptrend line into the key level. You'd go, I'd almost guess this. This sounds ridiculous, Tyler, but listen, it's either going to consolidate and be boring the rest of the day, or it's going to pop up or pop down. That's kind of ridiculous because, of course, you can only do 3 things: up, down, or sideways. I just think that whatever it's about to do, it's going to do it with some force. Volume profile is still very high in this area, the highest of the day. So this is where most your orders are in right now in that zone. To be more exact, I think it would be better off drawn right there at this point.
The index is holding up pretty good here. Get a little bit more pop here. I will be getting filled on some trims. See if we can get there.
Okay, I'm going to take my profit out of futures. That gives me 336 realized profit.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
And on Forex, I'm going to dump it now before it goes negative. Well, there went negative by $10. It could bounce right now, but I think it's obviously lost momentum. So on the intraday, so I'm gonna let it sink in. Maybe it'll come down to this zone again and then go back, push back up again. If it breaks south, then I will just play it south. I don't think it's, if it goes south, it's going to be there's going to be a speed bump in there on gold. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do on gold. It's doing a 3-candle variation right now. If the current 5-minute finishes in a bear candle formation, then it's 1 minute and 24 seconds remaining. And then I'm going to short it semi-heavy on Forex at FunderPro.
On Forex at FunderPro. Oh, I kind of feel like I'm being a dick for a tick here on NQ and may just take the market sell here again.
What you gonna do? I don't know. I don't know if I want to take gold.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's, well, I don't know. It's, yeah, it's at its like, it's overnight, or it's kind of its New York opening print.
I'll just see how this plays out in the next 30 seconds. But it does have a classic 3-candle confirmation about to happen. It's just that this third candle is looking more like a rejection candle.
Are we kidding me? Are we really doing this again here? Are we really gonna not look where to, like really not gonna fill me on that trim?
I'm not gonna take the short on gold. It did a very weak bearish candle to me. So and that tells me if gold ends up popping down after all, it'll be short term. It'll pull back. So you really wouldn't know when to have gotten out of your short. You know, you ever do those trades? It's like, oh yeah, I'm rich, and then oh, I'm poor.
Yes, I've done it. I've done it plenty of times.
You know, you get one good candlestick, and then it just reverses on you, and yeah, that's called, because you went for the momentum. You didn't go for the reversal. Short term momentum is just it's a gotcha every time.
All right, there's the trim filled on NQ. And I am pretty open to going flat on this name here pretty soon.
I need to blow up my screen here and see what you're doing. Ah, okay. Man.
Yeah, it turned into a solid day, man. So on an NQ right now, we've realized almost $1,500, 1488.
Dang, Tyler.
These two runners are floating $640 currently. So we're at 2K on the NQ longs, and we're about $400 profit, not realized, but on the ES. So we're moving in on $2,500 profit for the day. Scrooge, I hope you're still working, or still working. Scrooge, I hope you're still watching. You asked me earlier, why didn't I just take my $1,000 once I made it back? Well, this is why, my friend. When you have good entries, sometimes you want to let them work.
Come on, Tyler. The bills are getting paid this week.
That's right. Thank goodness.
This is making up for that lousy crap that you had to deal with.
Friday was it was definitely, the mistake was just kind of forgetting about the 10 a.m. news. Had I not done that, I think Friday could have still panned out very well. But that's was a good example of what goes to show you when you make, when one little thing in trading goes wrong, how it can kind of spiral.
Yeah.
And snowball quickly, right? So like you always have to be on top of your emotions and what you're doing and kind of mentally checking in on yourself. YM and RTY both still a little intraday weakness comparatively. So NQ is back at its opening print from Friday. Pretty much. This 21,886 is the Friday's opening print. All right. I am going to adjust my stop here. Start playing a little bit more defensive. All right, so the stop on ES is now $90 in profit. Still underneath the opening print. We're still giving it some room.
You have two contracts on NQ and S&P. You're running 4?
Yeah, okay. So I have two MNQ, so everything's micros, but I have two micro contracts on NQ left. And if we get another little pop above, if we get over 21,886, I have 21,935, and then above that we have Friday's high. I think there's a chance that we could get up there. So if we do, I'll probably just go flat on my two. Take those. And I think ES has room up to 6,100. So 6,110, I think. So I'm going to try to hold those. I have four remaining on those. So the micro ES moved $5 a piece per point. So every point that ES moves, currently I'm in for basically $20 with 4 contracts.
Show me your entry candle for MNQ.
So MNQ has been so this let's go down to the here. I'm gonna can you see it when I have it like this, or should I go to one screen?
Let me see. I see it fine.
Okay. So if you look at MNQ, my original trade was literally, I've got into this trade all the way down here. We opened with this gap down.
Okay.
Lower level I have, and I entered, my original entry on this was 2 micros, but I entered at like 21,470. So at that point we're 400 points away now. But so when we got that, my original, I had this, I thought we were going to fill the gap once I saw this big strength. So my target was basically a gap fill. When we got this little pullback, I actually added 2 into my position. And so I rode this all the way up. So I had taken some trims. So then overnight I went to sleep and just held this, and we kind of consolidated here all night. But my intraday entry was NQ was showing some intraday relative strength. compared to the other indexes that I was watching. And so New York opened. We had this little red candle here. It stopped me out of 2 of the 3 contracts that I had been holding from overnight. So I was down to 1 runner at that point. But then after we got back up above the opening print, pulled back into the opening print here, and then started to rally, I entered on the 2-minute. So I'm currently looking at the 5-minute, but I entered, took an additional entry. Yeah, 2-minute apply. So we're not. So I took let's see, 950. I think it was right around here when we started getting this bounce on this pullback 2-minute here, and we started breaking back up above. I added two more to my 1 runner. But it was just that opening print hold. The ES entry was I was looking at the NQ relative strength, and we had made this move down and sold below this level that I have here at 60.74. And then as we started to kind of get this little bit of a wick on this 2-minute candle, I took a little bit of an early entry on that 2-minute candle, thinking that we would, potentially come back up and test this level and end up getting back up above it with the strength that the NQ was showing us. We'll see what happens here. I mean, ES did tag 21,886 now, or I'm sorry, NQ did tag 21,886 here. We'll see. This could, this could be the high on day. We could end up rejecting here. That would be totally valid. ES starting to pull back. But I'm going to give it some room and let it work, see what it does. How do you do the custom risk settings from volumetric code? Diego, I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to look into it. But let me see if I can find anything. Okay, I am pretty satisfied with today's action, that is for sure. Let's see how good the market wants to make it for me, but oh man, today was this. I mean, even the overnight action was so low stress. It was just, I mean, we got that bounce, and it just, the buying was so strong, and the market never saw a hard pullback. I mean, if I would go to this 15-minute chart on MQ here, if I go to a 15-minute chart,
I'm gonna go grab a coffee.
Yep, no worries.
I am.
You could just
so
see
tired.
Yeah.
This is why you don't have beer on Super Bowl night before trading.
I know, that Super Bowl hangover.
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna refresh this cup.
I mean, if you look at this, obviously I'm pretty zoomed out here, but if you look at this 15-minute chart on MNQ, I mean, you saw a decent pullback, but like we literally never, when the market's moving in higher highs and higher lows, we never making lower lows, like ever. Like this trend just persisted all night. At no point in time did the market start to make lower lows on this 15-minute chart. Never, not once. Like I mean, there's barely a pullback. I mean, it was so easy to hold. I'm not saying I sat here and watched this action all night. But I watched it till probably midnight, I think. And then I went to bed. But if you look at this, I mean, there were no lower lows being made at any point in time, but there were higher highs being made. And the trend has just persisted. The market hasn't given me a reason to want to aggressively close out my longs yet. So gonna take what she'll give me. Yes, about a tick away from that trim.
See, I knew I needed to put a coffee pot in my office.
That's nice. That's clutch.
No, I haven't done it. I just meant I need to.
Oh yeah. Yeah, good point. Mine's like two flights of stairs down.
Yeah, you guys out there have those tall residences.
Yeah, and I'm up in the attic too, so that's the office is up in the attic. Boom, there's the trim on ES. Bang, bang, screw. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And Q still pushing.
I'm short on gold, by the way.
Okay. Looks like that could be another sniper entry for you.
Might be, might not be. We shall see. I'm looking at your profits, bro. Your profits are outrageous.
Yeah, on a 50K account, we're about $2,500 ish right now. Pretty good day on a 50K, especially when I came into the day with $500 worth of drawdown to play with, and I didn't size as heavy. I just caught it an awesome move. The power of holding your winners, and then when I was trading today, I was able to kind of just add into those to just make my average entry worse and never actually expose myself to more risk to the account.
Hey, check out my snipe over here. Let's see if it continues. I think it's just a small catch, but you never know.
What's that? Would you say?
My gold. So I tried to get a good snipe on the reversal.
Oh yeah, great entry, yeah.
But I don't know. It could bounce off this 2903 level here.
Yeah.
But point being, it did reject several times from this all-time high zone. So take it for what that's worth. I mean, that's a lot of rejection right there. We're approaching London close. We're not there yet, but maybe some people are going to try to liquidate.
Just to answer this question for this viewer here, I have a question. If I have a 100K funding account and I only use 10% of the amount, so my question is why I'll say it's 100K account. Yeah, to be honest with you, it's essentially marketing, really, in one aspect, depending on how you look at it. But I tell people all the time to view your account size as your drawdown limit, because that's the account size that you have to trade with. You have your drawdown limit. So if your drawdown is 2K, you got a 2K account. If your drawdown is 10K, well, you got a 10K account. So when we're referring to accounts and account sizes and that type of thing, I just think it's easier or more natural to say whatever the name of the account is. But I suggest as traders that you view your account size and you base your risk off of the amount of drawdown that you have.
Well put. I think you explained that on the Thursday AMA too. I think that was one of the pieces I caught, maybe.
Yeah. I mean that's a pretty big thing for me, and in my opinion, I think that's super important. If not, you're definitely gonna end up oversizing.
Again, if anybody's new to trading futures, and especially to the futures FunderPro platform, check out last week's AMA with Tyler. He explained it really well. I thought you even broke down like, I'm doing micro, the difference between micro and non-micro, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just sort of, you know.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I would imagine a lot of Forex traders at FunderPro are new to futures, and
yeah, for sure.
You know, you can sit there and read, obviously, and Google it all, but it's more fun when someone just cuts to the chase.
Yeah, just tells you, yeah, for sure. Let's see, I got another 17 points of room above on ES. We'll see if she can keep pushing. NQ get a little pullback from the level, but nothing major. RTY, YM strength starting to show a little bit here, starting to play a little catch up. Financial sectors, a little weak in the S&P. Everything else is strong. Not crazy strong, but
what's it gonna do? I think this is a decisive candle for gold. 50 seconds left on the 5-minute. Man, we have a rejection off the all-time high.
But currently an outside bar in the 5-minute.
Yeah.
Like to see that start to wick down.
And it does most of the time. So, I mean, this is usually where I would add to my trade. But I've also been cautious that everything is behaving weird with everything going on in news and all that. Sometimes, however, when there's no major economic news, like today, there's nothing, you get a lot of classic candlestick setups in gold that you can rely on. See, now that could be a false. I think it's going to be to the downside. I'm going to add to that short. I'm reluctant to do this. Okay, let's add to that short. There you go, fine. Come on, Blue.
You're my boy, Blue. Dang, Nvidia's strong today.
I better keep this tight stop loss. Oh, come on. Give me my confirm that. Okay. Okay, so I have a tight stop loss in there. If it's wrong, you have to accept the fact quickly.
For sure.
And quite frankly, I'm getting a little tired of this 100K challenge at FunderPro because I don't give it a lot of my attention.
Yeah, yeah, it's hard when you're not focused on it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've told myself to start giving it some attention, or at a minimum, copy trade to it.
Yeah.
Even if it's just manual copy trading. Just don't want to just leave it hanging out there. I love the 100K level. It's such a sweet spot. 1% is $1,000. It's a really good way to profit for your day. I bet I get wicked out. And that makes me think I should do a tighter stop.
Yeah, that 5-minute outside bar break above it she looks strong.
But yeah, there. It's not my full setup. It is a half the time that goes south. Just go for it. Put a tight stop loss in there, and if it doesn't work out, make peace with it. So if I short it again, it will be a full confirmation of mine. Because I could also see this thing, if it goes back up to that all-time high, I could see this go long, and I'll go long with it. But it's going to have to break that all-time high for me to do that. Derek, I could answer your question, but I think Tyler has answered that question and has improved the essence of his response to that. He'd probably sum it up a lot easier than I would.
After I get the fund with my 50K futures account, how does the payouts work? It's a little confusing. So Derek, you just have to have 5 winning days of $200 or more. And they do not need to be consecutive, right? So if you have 8 trading days and you have 5 winning days of over $200 and you have 3 losing days, and your account has a positive balance, you're good to take a payout. Now your the way that your drawdown keeps trailing, right? So you have like the $1,000 daily loss limit, $2,000 total loss limit. So say you have 5 winning days, but you're only up $1,500. Well, your drawdown still trails, so you wouldn't want to take a lot of that cushion out on that payout. Now, once you get over $2,000 profit, your drawdown quits trailing. So then you can start to build a cushion where your drawdown doesn't follow. So then as you build that cushion, your payouts then can become bigger. If that makes sense, hopefully. Let me know if you have any questions on that. Yes, an NQ holding up pretty well. Both of them bothly trading sideways still. We're going to be on for about another 10 minutes if anybody has any other questions. Ashley said, Brian, did you take any profits on that sniper short you had? I took a small short but got stopped out, waiting to see what happens now. Sorry, I keep jumping in and out, so not sure if I missed it.
I took a few $100 profit on 100K. Then I gave it right back while trying to continue the next trade. So I've just been doing this back and forth. I guess you could say I've been putting my little gains up to my risk level. So I'm shorting almost the equivalent of what I'm gaining because the gains have been small and I want to do some tight stop losses right now. So it's working out. Market's paying for itself for me right now, right, Tyler?
That's right.
Sometimes you make some dollars, you lose some dollars, but when they equate, you're just sort of paying your way out of trouble. That's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Make it a small payment. Just make it a small little fine, not a huge sentencing to jail. Gold has lost all of its temporary downwards momentum. And as soon as I say that, it hurt me. My gosh. The gods of the market are listening to me. Like, let's make him look stupid. Tyler, I don't know about where you live. I know what part of the country you're in. You're further north than me, but down here we were already able to begin springtime lawn maintenance.
Oh yeah,
Trimming.
yeah. We're not
Yeah.
anywhere near there yet here. Actually, I was at Walmart this weekend, and they definitely have like the spring stuff out, but
Yeah.
we're normally it's been cold here the last few years. It stays pretty cold here through March, and then towards the end of March it normally starts to warm up a bit.
We are already seeing temperatures around 80 degrees, 85.
Wow. Lucky you. It is a high of, let's see, high of 34 today.
What?
Yep.
Oh man.
Good old Pennsylvania. We had snow. Is one of the some of the most snow we've had in a winter for a long time. We had snow, and then it stayed cold. It normally doesn't. Like, we normally get snow, it stays for a few days, and it gets warm enough that it melts. But we had snow that lasted for like a full month this year. Like end of December to end of January was pretty much snow covered the whole time. Index is seeing a little bit of selling right now. See if it if that picks up, or if we kind of continue the sideways movement here. A pullback here definitely makes sense. As much as I would love for the market to just continue going straight up, we've been doing that for a while now.
Maybe I'll switch over to my 200K challenge and short the hell out of this thing. No, I would have to have at least a reason. I need one confirmation, and I can't just ask Scrooge to decide for me.
Yeah, no, that won't work this time.
You could do probability trading. Flip a coin. Heads go long, tails go short. Keep a tight stop loss.
Hey, I sometimes I think it's more about trade management than it is about strategy. So I think that could work.
It could. Okay, momentum is down on gold. Oh, this thing wants to twist and turn. What's it gonna do? Switch out to the 15-minute. Okay. Maybe. The 15-minute chart is even worse than the 5-minute chart for gold right now. Oh God. What is this? Gold. You're ruining the end of this stream. I want to snipe something so that we can go out with a bang in a few minutes. You know, it's like, okay, check here, sound effects.
Oh, that's pretty good. I like it. I like it.
Gold. We need a bigger boat.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sound of when price is about to hit your stop loss.
Yeah, yeah. The Jaws theme.
Just that. You watching it go to that stop loss area, man. It's the worst.
Yeah. Oh man, I almost took a YM short entry earlier. It would have been working out pretty dang good. I just didn't want to overdo it since I already had 2 positions on.
Ashton went short on gold. Good luck with that one. I think it's just so many directions right now. Okay, let's get some action in here. We're gonna shut down the live stream, and there's just no action. We're going out with no bang. Oh my gosh. So for your 1 minute scalpers, look at gold. Bounce, 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 bounce. It was like a basketball just dribbling out. Losing all of its fizz right now.
Oh, well, market indexes with a quick push down.
Something's burping.
Trump's probably on the mic, spewing all kinds of craziness.
Mike Knight at Mar-a-Lago. Open Mike Night at the White House. Someone's in the Oval Office right now. What does this red button do?
Can't decide if I think this is going to hold or if I should just go flat.
Jeez. Green, red, green, red, green, red.
Diego wants the market tank.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. And I know if it does, it's going to happen right when we complete this stream. I'm going to turn on my YouTube channel so everybody can just follow me over there.
I think we hold, baby. I think we hold. The Bulls are in control.
He's short on YM.
Diego is. Diego,
Yeah.
I almost got short. We had the third rejection of 44,560. And I was this close to pulling the trigger, but I didn't want to enter shorts when I was holding two separate long positions. I just felt like I would have been spread a little too thin. But it would have been a nice, let's see, it would have been, let's see what the R multiple would have been. I would have had an entry at 44,538 and stop above 44,565. So about a 30-point stop and would be up close to 100 points if I took that trade.
All right, just sit on gold.
YM does look like it's melting. I think it probably goes lower. Honestly, NQ holding up really well. ES, not so well, but we're still above the OP. So I'm not going flat on anything yet, but I'm getting ready to.
Okay.
All right, nice move on gold there. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, I tried to grab it on a short. Setting up my tight stop loss. Doing about a 1 to 10 risk to reward. Wow. That's nothing to brag about. That's just because I have a tight stop loss.
Well, all right. I'm happy camper with today. I'm gonna watch if we continue to kind of move lower here. I may just go flat, but either way, good day for me for sure. I was able to erase Friday's bad trading day, and make my $1,000 loss back and then some, plus about $1,000 or more profit, depending on what the market does the rest of the day here. But so really happy with today. Looks like Brian caught a nice short here to close out the stream. We'll see if gold gets any continuation or not. But thank you guys for tuning in. We will be back on Wednesday with another live stream. So we will see you guys then. And peace out, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us.
See you later.
Bye-bye.